Useless! Disappear! Worthless! Worthless! Useless. Good. Evil conquering. Here. Worthless. Here.
Dissipate. Robot, get them. Yoo-hoo! Out of my way!
Boring!
Stand with me! Let the world come alive! Shower me with praise!
Reduced to just... Standing around.
The show begins! Dissipate! Nice and spicy! May I present... Our bond is strong!
New job.
Lightning, terrified! Eat this! Strike a pose!
Useless.
Off with you!
Stand with me!
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Shower me with praise! Our bond is strong! Add Astra Abyss.
Demons do not stop for the raid. Move. The rain stopped. I don't Those memories. So dark.
Strike a pose! Let my name echo in song! If there's nothing better to do, we could go foraging for ingredients.
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize. Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch. I can help you out. The criteria for certificate exams are straightforward enough. What it really comes down to is whether you are willing to put in the time. If you study and practice, then it's really not all that difficult.
Tastes better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs.
Silence!
As one with wind and cloud!
The wind knows you. The tides beckon. Settle down!
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
The show begins!
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Onwards! We have work to do!
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Genshin infused water with ice is the most effective. Swift and merciful!
I swear by my sword!
Whence you came!
I shall handle this.
One with my blade! Submit for judgment! Forth my blade!
I do hope the Knights of Favonius
Our bond is strong.
I come from a family of shrine maidens, but I'm not cut out for that kind of work at all. When I ran away from home, I immediately thought I should learn as much as possible to...
Swift and merciful! Spirit Blade! Attack! There is no purer form of water than rain. It can aid us greatly in the purging of evil. Before the resounding thunder, evil must cower in
Bow your
fear.
head.
Exorcism uses thaumaturgy and martial arts. Submit for judgment! Swift and merciful!
I swear by my soul!
Onwards. We have work to do. I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard.
get down to business.
Stand with me!
How's this? Boom!
One with my blade.
Our bond is strong! Strike a pose!
From whence you came. It was worth the trouble.
How brilliant! May I present... Stand with me!
Why would anyone want... Forget it. It's not my concern.
Our bond is strong! Looking for a fight? Shower me with praise! The May I present?
That tingle?
What's one more?
Worthless! Ah! Huh! Boring!
How brilliant! Boba, get them! Dissipate! No one! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me. Strike a strong.
Error.
Add Astro. Thank you for.
Try some creative cooking. Restaurant? That place isn't even worth mentioning. Why do new explorers make the same mistake?
Stand with me!
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public.
Wait!
Well then, you must be...
Are our clothes really so...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House.
Well, that sounds more... Well, now that we're here, where's Toma?
Who forgot their promise? I was...
Ooh, ooh.
Relax. Huh.
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the...
all right. I've had my fun.
Hey! You're...
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you. So I came up with this... But in all seriousness, it helped us to... Sorry, did I overdo it? Let me just say this. Naturally, this is a long time ago. We had a friend who was much the same. So you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. But before that,
Oh?
I would like you to come with... visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are put into this statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one—
Seems like every
Of course, this is perhaps the Shogun, but whatever the case, and this stat—
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun—
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against— And yet, I agree.
Huh? Hey, are you okay?
Sound?
Yeah, you touched the statue.
Aspirations? Have you heard it? But that is where visions— So if what you— Then the ambitions of these people are— Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally! kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh?
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence.
Is this the Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro.
Makes sense. She's a super—
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, though the a commission's power, traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just...
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon get that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
See, where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt Decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, I can't claim to... Truth be told...
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Ah, you must Tejima keeping out the but now we will...
You must be Tejima. So what's made...
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, And what made me want... I don't have answers. In the past...
Okay. Oh!
Oh, that... Oh, yes! Yeah.
Perfect! So
If you don't mind...
this looks like Teijima's diary, all right? Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to... So this is the omamori Tejima... interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think... somewhere that Tejima visited a lot? The soil must be something... It looks... Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years! Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And but I have still, over the years, how could I have forgotten love, regret? No. After all, it's as if she'd never been in my life. Although, when I think about it, how cute. I shall...
Tejima seems to be... Seems it's that certain... At least we were... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission. Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining... But why would they take... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's...
I'll ask one. The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions... You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
What? We heard the commotion and...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know—
No one seems to care. It's no wonder all the...
This must be one of the... Maybe we should talk to...
I don't know. My own family can barely give that stuff.
Well, that's strange.
To be perfectly... All I know is... And...
Does it have to...
I didn't... To top it all off, if you don't believe...
But we better... We should be...
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't...
Today's just...
You demand!
These seem like the trick...
Another
Nice and
test
spicy.
subject.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard. Come on.
Not bad. Kuros. So he's the one who sent...
So what did you...
Food supplies. I didn't want anyone else to see it. But now that you've caught us...
You've got a deal.
Huh? What the... There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We better talk to this miss. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that... Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something? Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the price is increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense, and no one ever appreciated what he did. They just
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
But we didn't buy anything!
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree? Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again, and see if he can remember anything. What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start you. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I...
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were...
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed before he passed away, and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need, and look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul. The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something...
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep! We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something.
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not... I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's, his senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh, we won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's... Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How did you catch up with me so quickly? Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister!
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day, long before you ever showed up.
I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon Sr.
His senior? Wait.
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training, and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make-Yoshi Sui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately, that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Make-Yoshi Sui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. Okay. You've heard my story.
Seems like still...
What? You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly...
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami.
Correct. I am unable to say.
Excuse me.
That won't be necessary. I must leave now.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
Sure. Who knows? Maybe...
Showering you with praise! May I present? How brilliant! Useless.
Here!
Get with me! Yoo-hoo! Hey! Active right hand into the fire! Yours! Alright!
Disappear! Here!
If it's useful, I'll take it. Why would anyone want... Forget it. It's not my concern.
Add ast.
I got a new letter from an informant.
You are not welcome here.
Quietly now. Adventure time!
Here you are.
Adventure time! Let's light it up! I'm going in!
Time to shine! How dare you!
Here comes the catch. Busted.
I miscalculated.
Strike a pose!
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Those memories. So dark. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
The show begins!
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. The day has finally come.
Oh, brilliant!
another test subject. Picked the wrong test subject.
Strike a pose!
You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2? Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Illusion shattered!
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Shower me with praise!
There is no escape!
The show begins! It's pouring out here! Oh, wait, the water levels aren't rising, are they? Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? The sun feels almost as hot as those studio lights I'm in front of all the time. Good thing there can only be one sun.
Well, neither can I.
You're my wishes.